Hi, it's Nick here from the Talk and Power podcast. We are proud to announce Auto One as our brand partner for the podcast. Auto One, it's the one. You can now order online with click and collect or get your order shipped. Head to www.auto1.com.au. Like us at the podcast, Auto One has a passion for cars and all things automotive. They understand your love of cars too. With great prices and the biggest brands you know and trust, they are sure to be able to help you with your project, whether it be replacing your wiper blades, fitting out your four-wheel drive with the latest gear, or rebuilding your dad's old HQ Holden. Not sure on how to install those spotlights? Don't panic. Just head to the website and click on the do-it-yourself videos and Rico will talk you through the process. From Auto One in Albany up to Auto One in Karratha, across to Auto One in Townsville, down to Auto One in Hobart, and over 50 stores in between. Auto One has a retail store nearby with expert advice and the stock on hand. Auto One is committed to bringing you the brands you know and trust at great prices. Coupled with the team's knowledge and experience, Auto One, it's the one.
Talk and Power, your motorsport and motoring radio show. Now on 88.5 FM, The Valley Comes Alive. And podcasting across iTunes and talkandpower.com.au.
Okay, welcome to episode 93 of the Talk and Power podcast, and I am your co-host Nick DiCembra, and I'm here with Simon Gonzo Travellini and Todd Brinkworth. Todd, Simon, thanks for joining us, guys.
No worries, Nick.
Yeah, no worries, Nick.
How you guys been? Going well?
Tired. Yep.
You'll tell us, no doubt, why in a moment. But before we get too far into the podcast, I just want to announce our latest winner, Kathleen from Ballina, New South Wales. She takes home the $50 Auto One gift card. So we'll get that out to you in the coming days. Kathleen, thanks for sharing and liking and commenting on episode 92 with Emma Begley on social media. You too can win a $50 gift card if you share this episode 93, the official Facebook post for episode 93 on Facebook. So like, comment and share, and you're going to run in to win a $50 gift card from our friends at Auto One. And I've got to show you something from Auto One a bit later on, but I'll show it. I won't stop now. I'll show it a bit later on. It's a bit of you'll like it, Simon. I think you'll really enjoy it from our friends at Auto One. So you mentioned you're a bit tired, Simon. Tell us a little bit about what's happening in your world, especially with that project we've been talking about.
We finally fired up the Therapy on Wheels Mercedes, and we're at the interior stage. So the car drove for the first time.
Yep.
It's getting closer, but the hours to put this thing together. Just unbelievable. I'd say by the time we finish, we'll have 1,000 man hours in it.
Wow.
Incredible project. I mean, if you follow it on social media, Therapy on Wheels, you can see the detail we've gone to. It's more than just a drag car. It's really a show car, and it's really about spreading the word, about raising money for cancer and about giving the patients something, helping them through the hard road that they have to take unwillingly, I guess. But it's a good cause, and I'm glad that companies like ourselves, Speedflow, Davies Craig, WO Suspensions, just to name a few, have gotten behind it. We all felt the same way, that it was a worthy cause, and it's going to be great to see the smiles on the people's faces when Andy takes them for a drive. So I'm really looking forward to it.
No, it's a very beautiful car, and the people at Street Machine as well they were out there the other day. Was that Boris that went out and took the photos?
It was Boris. Yes.
Yep. So we had him on a few episodes ago.
Champion.
He's an
absolute champion of a guy. Legend.
So I noticed he took some photos, and they're on the Street Machine website. So if you go to streetmachine.com.au or whichcar.com.au, that'll take you there as well, and you can see some photos of it. Saying that, we've also shared it on our social media as well.
Yeah, and the guys at Street Machine, they are just awesome. They're going through a very rough trot at the moment. Obviously, being based in Victoria with COVID, it's been a bit of a struggle for them. But they're keeping their chin up, and they're looking forward to the restrictions starting to get lifted in a couple of weeks' time, so they can start, getting back to normal over there and carrying on doing what they do best. Big shout out to those guys. They're behind the project as well. They understand the significance of it. And on that note, they posted up some stuff on social media, and there was a few, as you're always going to get. You're always going to get a few haters out there. I'd like to point out that the important part is the cause, the Therapy on Wheels cause.
Yep.
And, there's been some people that have said that, why didn't you just buy an AMG? I don't know if there's any AMGs that'll make 707 standard. Maybe there is, but they probably weigh about 4 ton, maybe 5 ton, 6 ton, 7 ton, possibly an AMG Mercedes truck, maybe. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty confident that there's not any low 9-second AMGs out there. I could be wrong.
I think you're right. I don't think there's any out there, and if they are, good luck to you. And if you want to talk, that's fine. But you've missed the point. If you're going to talk, about this car and its cause. So,
and on that note, Nick, I think it's worth sharing this. You guys carry on. I'm just going to try and find this file. This is a lack of prior preparation on my part. I'll just try and find this photo, and I'll share it. I found it. So I'm going to try and do this. I'm not very good at this high tech stuff, Nick.
That's all right.
You know me. So this is the one. Let's do it. And you see there. Built July 2004. There's a VIN number if anyone wants to do a revs check on it. Right. It says clearly Daimler Chrysler. So I'm going to argue that motor should have been factory fitted, and shame on you, Mercedes-Benz, for not doing it.
We did. Look, I had a chat with Midnight Bob on the radio Saturday morning about this, and we gave our listeners a bit of a heads up, and that got a bit of coverage actually Saturday morning. And he said, "Where is the motor from?" And I said, "It's from the Dodge family." I said, "It's not that too dissimilar. It's out of the Chrysler factory." So yeah, take that to all the knockers.
That car was built during the Daimler Chrysler era, and I feel vindicated that the VIN number says Daimler Chrysler above it. So take that to AMG and ask them why the hell didn't they come out with Hemis from the factory, right? So, and the other thing is that this car is now officially a CLK 1320 compressor.
I like that. I do like
that. That's good. That's well played.
20. It is well played, isn't it? It's
now, listen, fellas, we are on a community radio station, so I feel as though we should do at least one community announcement every once in a while. I don't know if you guys know, but the new laws are in.
Yeah.
So now, if you are driving your car and you touch your mobile phone,
they shoot you.
Yes, I believe they shoot you, or you instantly burst into flames, spontaneously combust.
You get a longer sentence and a bigger fine than doing a B&E, Like, I was going to say something else then, but I corrected myself. We nearly got
it is a
taken off air.
$2,000 fine, I believe, and loss of license. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No. I'm looking. I've got no problems if that's the law. That's the law.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between that and changing the radio station? If you're driving, do not touch your phone because it is a very, very serious offence now. And but yeah, I mean, I think there's it seems a little bit strange that you can play with your heater change radio stations, change the song on your DVD player or you can't. I guess you can't touch your iPad. What's the music one?
iPod.
iPod.
Yeah.
That's it. I guess you can't touch that. Surely not.
No.
So
Because that even looks like a phone. So.
I'm gonna read out what the new penalties are. So as of tomorrow, 1st of September, drivers caught holding or touching their phone to make a voice call will receive an increased penalty of $500 infringement and 3 demerit points. A higher penalty of $1,000 infringement and 4 demerit points will apply to drivers who create or view a text or video, use video chat, use other function or app on their phone that can result in a high level of driver distraction. So I guess it's kind of open there.
So TikTok's definitely out of the question, people.
Yeah.
No TikTok.
No TikTok. Oh, damn. There goes my,
Anyway, look, I mean, I don't have any issues with those sort of rules. I mean, at the end of the day, we shouldn't be using our phones in the car. It's really
no. That's 100% right. That's
yeah.
I'm a strong advocate for the Mark McGowan government. I think they've done an incredible job during COVID.
Yep.
If the minister feels that this is a way of raising revenue to pay back the money they've spent during COVID, well, so be it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably move on.
I know.
Anyway, we should move on. Now
We are a motoring podcast.
Yeah,
so,
no.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Supercars, I'm disappointed, boys. I'm a little bit disappointed, and I want to preface with what I'm saying by saying that I completely understand why they are no longer coming to WA. The cost of quarantining in Western Australia would have been high. Completely understand that, and we completely respect that. A lot of the teams want to get back to their families, so they're not in the position to get here after Bathurst. Bathurst is now the finale. It's been moved back a week and will be the finale, and the Bend comes in as has been slotted in there. So that's great news for our South Australian listeners. We're really happy for you. However, the one thing that I asked for, I would have been nice if Barbagallo and Tasmania, the fans at those two tracks, and even Sydney to a certain extent, got some sort of formal, an announcement from the team, not from the teams, but from the sport, and also the government to say, unfortunately, the 2020 round of V8 Supercars at Barbagallo Raceway won't be going ahead for these reasons. We know the reasons anyway, completely understand. But hey, you know what? In 2021, we'll be back bigger and better, and we'll do something special when we get back there. There hasn't been any word, nothing at all, and I'm disappointed to say the least.
I don't know, Nick. It's hard to say whether we're going to be back to normal in 2021.
No, probably not. But it's just an acknowledgement to say, hey, we can't get there. We're missing you guys, missing the fans in WA. But hey, we'll try and get back there as soon as we can. And, and when we do, we'll do something bigger and better. But there's been nothing. It's just the story has been around Bathurst going back a week, and that's going to be the finale. Completely understand. But I just think it's good.
Do you guys not, like, to me, having Bathurst as the last round, I got to be honest with you, I dig that idea. It's kind of like having the grand final of the MCG. You know what I mean? It's
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Bathurst used to be the penultimate round many moons ago?
Yeah, it was about 20 or 18 years ago. Maybe 2004 it was. I can't remember the last time it was, but it was about 15 years ago.
We sometimes have one round after. Even being the second last round, it kind of felt pretty special. But now they used to cram 4 other rounds at the end,
Do you guys not think that maybe they're just busy with other stuff?
No, I'm not allowed to pick on Wanneroo Sporting Car Club. They do a lot for the state, and that's our only form of motor racing besides the Cully Motorplex. So no, they do a lot, and they are busy. But
No. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the V8 supercar guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mate, I'll be honest with you. I dealt with the Australian Sporting Car Club a while back, and it's a big thing, like a big load on their shoulders, having that event.
Oh, it's huge.
At the track. I would almost go as far as to say, I don't know about now, but back in those days, talking to the guys, it felt as though it was more of a burden than a bonus to have the event. I know that I don't go that often, but I've been a few times, and it's great. It's huge. And it's great for Western Australia. It's great for the local guys. But it's kind of not like it used to be either. A lot of the local guys could run in their classes. Yeah. Now it's more of a touring circus. They kind of, it's like, give us the keys to the track and we'll call you when we're done. And by the way, you guys are going to clean the mess up. So
no, you are. You're exactly right.
I sort of feel where you're coming from, Nick. It's the responsibility of the supercars to make an announcement regarding it or something.
Yeah, just to say, hey, Tasmania, Simmons Plains, Barbagallo, WA, sorry, and Sydney as well. Can't get there. Really sorry, but hey, we'll be back bigger and better in the near future, and we're going to do something bigger and better. But anyway, wasn't to be, and I understand the cost in quarantining. To be fair to them, I don't even know if they got the green light to come here from the WA government. They may have been knocked back. We should reach out to Paul Papalia, the sports minister. Sorry, not the sports minister, tourism minister, and find out if he can shed some light on the situation as well. Perhaps they were knocked back as well and not allowed entry. And again, completely understand, but some sort of
because they're not the AFL.
No, that's right. Yeah,
not they
can sneak people in and under the cloak of darkness.
Yeah,
girlfriends.
Yep.
What happened? Anyway, another V8 supercar.
Does she have to wear a bracelet now, anklet?
No. I think she was. I think she has to just quarantine again for 2 more weeks. And
okay.
Yeah, and he was dropped from Sydney, suspended for the rest of the year. So anyway, hey, another news. Archer Capital, they are wanting to offload the supercars. They're the majority shareholder of the supercars. And guess who's looking at buying it? ARG, the Australian Racing Group, are looking at buying it. That's headed up by Brian Boyd. And as of course, as we know, James Warburton as well. So that's a bit of a no-brainer. That will probably happen, I would imagine, next year. And auguring in with that, we have a new free-to-air TV provider for the supercars. So Seven West Media, welcome aboard. They are going to be, for the next 5 years, the free-to-air provider for supercars. And I believe that their free-to-air contract will be a little bit further and wider than Network 10's free-to-air contract. So that's great news for the sport.
And are we going to get sued by them, Nick? I
don't think so. Why? We're praising them. We're praising James Warburton. He could be our owner one day, Simon. He could be our boss. Think of that.
He could be.
Mr. Warburton.
I got to tell you guys, after watching the Wide World of Sports, I think the audio and the video quality that we're working with here, as well as the signage, is well and truly surpassing the guys at Channel 9 there.
Oh, you said that before. I didn't know if you were going to run with that joke, but there you go.
Yeah, no, look.
Hey, I want to 3 from TMP. We haven't done it for a while. It's been a few weeks. We've had a few interviews, so we've skipped out on 3 from TMP, but it is back.
3 from TNP.
All right, 3 from TMP. We haven't done it for a few weeks. We've had guests on, so we've parked the 3 from TMP, but we're back with vengeance this week. And this week it's cars that are remembered for their part in major news stories. So one of the ones that I thought of was it's actually come into the news just recently, but the 2-door LX Tirana with the 253 that Lindy and Michael Chamberlain had. If you recall back to when Baby Azaria went missing back in the 80s, We remember seeing that yellow two-door Tirana, LX Tirana, and I guess it's, become an almost an infamous car over the years, and they had to take that car practically right apart for forensic testing. That car is actually, you can see that car at the National Motor Museum at the moment. It was restored and put back together pretty much original, and is available to be viewed there at the National Motor Museum. So that was the car that I remember. How about you guys? What did you have, Simon?
Nick, was that a genuine SS?
No. I think it wasn't. It was just a no.
It was a V8 though. It was a factory
253. Yeah, 4.2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, mate, it would be the thousands of Commodore Utes that are continuously being shown doing burnouts caught by hidden cameras, mobile phones. So to all of you out there supporting the Hoon Society, well done. Most of them are white. I've noticed that. Seems to be a trend there of white Commodore Utes, but yeah, it's very rare to see a Ford in amongst that. It's usually a Commodore Ute. So there you go.
Pretty much any Saturday night, given anywhere in Perth, almost. So not that I'd know.
It's national, Todd.
That too.
You guys know about the hidden cameras now, yeah?
They've had them for a while.
Yeah.
They've had them even the hunting cameras. I don't know if you've seen them.
Yeah.
They have them they had them at Barbagallo Raceway one year when people leaving the track there, which was disappointing. But anyway.
Yeah, I believe you guys supplied them to the police, didn't you?
No, it was not me. It was not me.
So for anyone that wants to set up those cameras in their front yard to catch unsuspecting hoons, contact Nick at Sylvan Australia. He has a full range of camouflaged auto motion detecting cameras available.
We do, but it wasn't me.
Funny enough, I actually think I know the company that set them up at the time. But anyway,
they got some perlers. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They got some perlers.
Oh no,
it was actually it was almost staged. Some of the video footage was awesome.
No, and they put some up at the Zig Zags in Kalamunda, and consequently, the Zig Zag is now shut to automotive traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I read
after
that.
years of petitioning from the locals and these hidden cameras that apparently caught weeks worth of footage, it's now a pedestrian walkway, the Zig Zag.
I went there once with my wife when we were dating. That's really
part
sad.
of the problem, Simon. It's also shut because of people that are dating up there.
No, we weren't doing anything like that. It's an incredible view at the top of the Zig Zags. I don't know if anyone's been up there, but absolutely amazing at night. You can see all the Perth lights. It feels as though you can see from Joondalup to Mandurah just about.
Yeah,
it is an amazing view, and I read that on the weekend. I was disheartened when I read that because I've been down with the XW a few times down the Zig Zag. But anyway, that's very sad news.
There you go.
Anyway, Todd, what was your?
I'm going to go back a little bit on this one actually, and forgive me if I get the name wrong. It was and I'm reading it in front of me, the Giulio Carlotto, the Alfa Romeo.
Giocattolo.
Yeah, that's the one.
Giocattolo, yeah.
And I'm going to bring up a name. It was being driven by a Todd Wilkes at Eastern
Todd
Creek,
Wilkes, correct, yeah.
Who was going the wrong way down the track at the time, but not on purpose. It was actually the way the race was being run. It was a drag. Was it drag or?
No. It was a flying kilometre, much the same.
Right. As sort of a power cruise type thing.
More like race wars.
Yeah, and he failed to make a turn and went into a concrete barrier. And the main reason I remember it, at the time,
he was a pioneer of the turbo movement in Australia.
Yeah, certainly was.
And one of the first to go, I believe, over 1,000 horsepower at the wheels.
Yeah.
Way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of speculation that the throttle got jammed, but the car was wrecked beyond any sort of forensic examination.
Yeah.
Tragic story.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it rings in my head and why it actually came to me straight away when I saw the 3 from TMP, is because at the time I didn't know what one of those cars was, and I can picture it in my head without even having to look at the computer. Like, that's how much that hit me at the time. You know what I mean? Like, I saw so many photos of that car, I can describe what it looks like without even looking at a photo almost 15 years later. So, yeah, it was a very sad day, and I know it actually changed motor racing in Australia for a good...
That'd be 20 years ago, Todd.
According to the article I got in front of me, 2001.
Oh, really?
Okay. So 18. So, yeah. But, yeah, so there you go.
If you'd like to see one of those cars for our listeners in WA, there's actually one at the Whiteman Park Motor Museum. So shout out to Patrick and the team at the Motor Museum. Yeah. There's actually one of those on display there amongst some great vehicles there. And if you haven't been to the Motor Museum at Whiteman Park, I urge you to get there ASAP. I walked through there last week and it is magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. It's been a while since I've been there, caught up with Patrick. And I really enjoyed my time there. And yeah, there's one of those there. So anyway, thanks for that, Todd. Simon, that was great. The Auto One customer loyalty program, the Auto One Club, has been designed to provide privileges to loyal customers. Head on over to www.auto1.com.au and click on the club membership tab, or alternatively head into your local Auto One store and ask about the benefits that come with being a loyal Auto One Club member. While you're in the store, be sure to check out Auto One's extensive range of Impact Automotive garage tools, floor mats and coolant. The Impact Automotive range offers quality products at affordable prices. From a 3-ton heavy-duty trolley jack to an adjustable mechanic seat, the Impact Automotive range has a garage tool that'll suit your needs. The range has also well over 20 different types of floor and boot mats to suit your ride. They come in rubber or fabric with a PVC backing to stop slipping. Also in the range is an extensive choice of coolant. Whether it be pre-mixed or concentrate, the long life range of red and green Impact Automotive coolant is bound to have a product that suits your needs. To view the full range of Impact Automotive products, head on over to www.auto1.com.au or visit one of their stores. Auto One is committed to bringing you the brands you know and trust at great prices. Coupled with their team's knowledge and experience, Auto One, it's the one. Motorplex, we are up and running. The calendar has been released. So this is great news. So I'm holding a picture of the calendar up there. So for all of our listeners, head to the Motorplex website and you can see, you can get your drag racing fix. And some interesting events here that are shown in blue. So that is COVID border restrictions. They're subject to COVID border restrictions being lifted. So there's the 2nd of January, which is the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Meet. And then, of course, the Test and Tune for the Western Nationals, and which is on the 27th. That's on the 25th of Feb, and then the 27th of Feb and 28th of Feb is the Western Nationals. That's also in blue as well. So those events are subject to border restrictions being lifted. All the other events are locked in, so they are local events, and we're really looking forward to it. I don't know if you get a chance to have a look at the calendar, Simon, at all?
No.
Okay. All right. It's on the,
I can tell you from my little interest in Targa, the first round of the rally sprint is there in, I want to say November, but I think it actually might be sooner. Yeah, so okay. the rally sprint is going to be often racing, so to speak, down at Kwinana again, and they are very happy that they can go run down there. So
I must apologise. I've only got the drag racing dates here. I haven't got Targa rally sprint dates in there, so my apologies for that. I should be a bit more prepared. And Todd, just speaking of Targa West and all things Targa at the moment, it's now looking likely that the grand final will be held the same day as the Saturday of Targa West. However, it'll be likely it won't be in Western Australia now. It looks like that the grand final, the AFL grand final that is, will be played at the Gabba at this stage, as of recording Monday the 31st of August.
Yeah.
So do you think that'll have any sort of impact at all on the Targa West on the Saturday at all?
Legitimately, I actually sat down with about 12 or more competitors the other night. All are still at 1.5 meters apart, just in case. And they all don't. The exact words were, "We don't give a toss." So they're not really AFL fans. Yep. They'll be running the event. They were concerned if the AFL Grand Final was here on how much effect it would have on running the event. But no, they're all systems go.
Yeah.
I haven't had an official word from our friends David or Ross yet. I was kind of waiting to see if it was being held here, because I know if it was being held here, that would make everyone jump up and down. So
no, it's looking likely. Gillum McLaughlin is travelling to Brisbane tomorrow or the day after, and he doesn't appear to have made plans to travel to Western Australia. So it looks like it's and they're making an announcement this week. So the AFL, so it'll be likely to be at the Gabba. Which is great for everyone in WA. Well, probably. Yeah. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It's great for our Targa West people because it was my concern wasn't the competitors. My concern wasn't the spectators. They will turn up. It was the people manning, road closures and some of the volunteers. I'm not suggesting that they would throw the towel in to go watch the grand final, but I'm just saying that that was my concern with some of the road closures, and would it be difficult manning those posts? But if it's not going to be here, I don't think we're going to have that issue, and we're really looking forward to Targa West.
Yeah, we are.
Hey guys, just to change gears a little bit here, I want to just chat quickly about the NHRA's statement that they made this week. I don't know if you guys caught that, and I know some of our listeners get quite in depth with their political views, but the NHRA made an announcement this week. They have banned or stopped political advertising on NHRA cars. Now, we've seen a few cars, Stevie Fast Jackson, one in particular, obviously a big Donald Trump supporter. No, obviously, I don't know. It shouldn't be obvious. I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but he's, my apologies, but he's obviously a Stevie Fast he's a Donald Trump supporter.
How do you know it's not the other way around? Maybe Donald Trump is Stevie
he should
Fast.
Be. And we've seen, we've seen this over the period. So, but NHRA have come out. What are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think the NHRA has the ability to stop or stamp that out, or what do you think?
You sign a contract when you race at an NHRA event, and you are considered no different to when you race at an ANDRA event. You are considered an employee. So there's a set of guidelines. No different to posting things on social media, etc.
We need to shout out Sweet 16, No Mercy 11, running back to back. Cannot wait for this. Cannot wait. So October, I think I'm gonna foot the bill for a pay-per-view on for Donald. I'm gonna get the pay-per-view. 9th to the 11th of October, we got Sweet 16. 15th to the 18th of October, so back to back at South Georgia Motorsports Park. No Mercy 11. The lineup is huge. Cannot wait. Congratulations to Donald Long for getting not only the event, not only these two events, but the one he had earlier on in the year as well. And it's quite a feat. And hats off to Donald. I cannot wait for these two events, and he's got them back to back. It's going to be just a huge party at South Georgia Motorsport Parks for those couple of weeks. So we're really looking forward to that.
340s, Nick? 340s? Is it going to happen?
I think so, yeah. I think so. It's, and I think a lot of guys will have the time. There's been more time. In Pro Mod this year, we found that the Pro Mod season has kind of fizzled out into nothing due to unforeseen circumstances. So I reckon we'll have I think a lot of guys will go shooting for the stars. I hope Marcus Burt literally doesn't go shooting for the stars. I don't know if you guys saw the photo of Marcus Burt's Corvette this week. Donald Long had done some Photoshop to it and put rocket propellers underneath it, and it was going straight up in the air, like we saw about a year ago at No Mercy 10. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a big event, and it's great to see. I'm really starting to miss drag racing now because it's, we've gone on a considerable amount of time with not a lot of racing happening. So this will be great, and I'm looking forward to it. Before we wrap up, boys, there's a photo I wanted to share with you, Simon. This is from our friends at Auto One. They shared this today, so I'm just going to share this photo. Check this out and tell me if you've ever thought of doing this with your kids. That's actually a Corvair, Simon, 1960 Corvair. You able to see that?
I got to tell you, Nick, I have seen this photo, and that was actually a option for the Corvair.
So for our listeners to the podcast on 88.5 FM and our podcast through iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher, we're just sharing a picture of a 1960 Corvair, and the baby has been placed quite comfortably in between, it's the parcel shelf. And it just goes on to say it's the warmest place in the car because that's a rear or a mid-mount engine vehicle.
Rear engine. Yep.
And the engine vibration lulls the baby. So, and as you can see a photo there of a baby, I just had a good chuckle when our friends at Auto One shared that this morning.
But you know, Nick, when I was born, not that I can remember it, but I'm led to believe by people that were present at the time that I was brought home in my mother's arms, right? So fast forward, 50 years later, and I have my first child, and my wife informs me that we're not allowed to leave. Now, we had all the right gear, but we're not allowed to leave the hospital without the child being in a capsule. It's just amazing how much things have changed. And amazing. The irony of it is back in, 1970, 71, there was no safety equipment on the cars, really. I mean, the seat belts weren't, self-retracting, or there was no airbags. There was no side intrusion bars, no crumple zones, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you consider the technology that's on the cars now, where they have auto braking, lane deviation, all these warnings and so on and so forth. And it's kind of ironic that, they had zero safety for children back in those days.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
But in some parts of the world, like Germany, for example, you can play 20 euros and go and kill yourself on a Nurburgring whenever you want.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
24/7.
Hey, I came back.
Have you been, Todd?
Yeah, I thought I told you this. I went in 2011, and 20 laps I did of the Nurburgring over 2 days.
20 laps of the full circuit?
Yeah, over 2
20?
days. Yeah.
And you're still alive?
Yeah. And
what were you in?
A Volkswagen Sirocco.
Oh, okay.
And
yep.
Yeah, like I did a decent lap time too. I've actually did a 9 something, which was bloody quick for that car.
What speed did you get up to?
I only got up to 225 in the Scirocco because that's what it was limited to.
Holy smoke! 225 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, but I did go in a ride in a radical car, like a radical race car.
Yeah.
We hit 240 something in an open cockpit 2-seater, and there's not many things in my life have scared me. I was scared.
How many laps did you do in that?
Only 1, and that was enough.
Yeah, I can bet.
So not many things scared me, but that did.
So Todd, while you were traveling at 225 kilometers an hour,
yeah,
more than double our national speed limit.
Yeah.
Did you at any time touch your phone?
I can tell you I didn't. I don't even think I touched my nose or anything. My eyes were firmly on that track, and I had 2 hands on the wheels, and yeah.
Todd, is the spray paint still on the road? Like, is there still all that graffiti on the road?
That is actually done almost daily. by visitors to the
Is it
track.
really?
Yeah,
It actually,
for sure.
Some would argue that it's a rite of passage. I think it's a waste of time. It does make the track slippery in some
That's what I was going to say. Does it not make it slippery?
Yeah.
But hang on a second, right? Just hang on a second here, fellas. You're saying that doing 240 kilometers an hour in a open top vehicle was exciting, to say the least, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you imagine running out onto the track and spray painting when you know that there's people going around that track in excess of 240 kilometers an hour?
No, they normally do it at night when the track's shut. But
it is shut at night. There you go.
And funnily enough, actually, I was talking about it with a friend of mine the other day who I actually went to the Nurburgring back in 2011. Just recently, the track was actually shut for a large part of the day, and it's the first time it's happened in a few years. Whoever spray painted the track used this super duper bloody white sticky whatever paint, and they painted such a big picture overnight that it actually made the entire track surface unstable, and they had 3 or 4 cars spear off on the first couple of sessions for the morning, and consequently had to do an emergency retar of the track.
Wow. Holy smoke.
And apparently they are actually, funny enough, talking about cameras as well, there's multiple Nurburgring cameras at the moment, like tourist cameras. They've actually turned around and said, enough's enough. We're putting in a lot more cameras. We want to find and prosecute people for doing this because it shut the track, and that's money. Like that's, So there you go. Yeah.
They need to do that at Adelaide International Raceway as well.
What was that?
I said they need to do that at Adelaide International Raceway.
Okay.
Well, there was a massive diesel spill there a few years ago, just after the track had gotten going again, and they basically had to resurface the track overnight.
Yeah.
Do you remember when that happened, Nick?
No, I don't. No.
It was around probably a year before the Thunder 400 thing started, when Reno took over running the track over there.
Yep.
Someone had broken into the facility and basically poured diesel from the start line to the finish line.
I vaguely remember you telling me, but I don't actually remember happening. I do remember you telling me, but it wasn't that long ago, was it?
No, it was a tragedy because Adelaide had been starved for drag racing for a long, long time.
Yeah,
I believe on that note, Calder is resurfaced. They're just working on a section of the return road.
Yep.
So, Andra is hoping to have both those tracks up and running, ready for when the COVID restrictions get released. And the guys at Street Machine, big shout out to the guys at Street Machine.
Yes, definitely.
They're looking forward to running the next drag challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And God willing and Premier willing, I hope that we can make it with the taxi to finally take on the big FG.
Oh, take on Scotty.
Scotty, the ride share versus the taxi.
Looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. Hey guys, we might bring this one to a close. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to catch more, you can catch our weekly motorsport wrap. It's you'll find that on iTunes, Stitcher as well. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. And to all of our listeners on 88.5 FM, thanks for tuning in as well. And we'll catch you in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Talk and Power, your motorsport and motoring radio show. Now on 88.5 FM. The Valley Comes Alive. And podcasting across iTunes and talkandpower.com.au.